The Congress did their job on this date. Welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is June 28th, 2023. It is the 179th day of the year. You got 186 days left. It is the 26th Wednesday in the 26th week and the 8th day of summer. You got 87 days left until fall. I'm ready for fall already. Today is National Tapioca Day. We're bubbling with excitement to tell you about National Tapioca Day on June 28th. Yeah, that's from their website. It's ridiculous. Tapioca comes from the cassava plant. The cassava plant, it's actually a root, is an amazing root. It's drought resistant, it's pest resistant. It just has one problem. You have to process it within 48 hours of pulling it out of the ground. If you eat it raw, you're probably gonna get sick or maybe die because it's got cyanide in it. Now, if you process it and chop it up, you have tapioca, you have this stuff called fufu, and another thing called gari, which I believe is a flake. Anyway, so this was used in the Amazon rainforest since forever. And once European settlers found out about it, they got it growing in Africa to help with famines they had there. In a few different African countries, it makes up about 50% of what they eat. Cassava also can be turned into ethanol as an alternative fuel, all kinds of good stuff. The problem is the 48-hour shelf life. Africa, where they grow most of it these days, could be sitting on billions of dollars annually now that there's emerging markets in Europe and North America. The biggest problem is the infrastructure. They don't have the infrastructure to get the cassava from the farms to the processing plants. The good news is, since they're starting to see the value in it, a lot of European countries are investing in the cassava, and they're opening up smaller little processing plants in cassava hotspots, so to speak. But it's not all lost if it goes past 48 hours. It could still be used as a biofuel. But in a nutshell, that's where we get tapioca from. But we could get so much more from this plant, or root. All right, let's see what else June 28th has given us. 1776, the American Revolutionary War. The Battle of Sullivan's Island ends with the American victory, leading to the commemoration of Carolina Day. 1870, the U.S. Congress establishes the first federal holidays: New Year's Day, the 4th of July, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, all in one day. 1894, Labor Day becomes an official U.S. holiday. 1896, an explosion in the Newton Coal Company's twin shaft mine in Pittston, Pennsylvania, not Pittsburgh, Pittston, results in a massive cave-in that kills 58 miners. 1902, the U.S. Congress passes the Spooner Act, authorizing President Theodore Roosevelt to acquire rights from Colombia for the Panama Canal. If you ever want to read something interesting, we've talked about that a couple times on this channel, but the history of the Panama Canal is amazing, and how many times it changed hands, how many times there were attempts to actually make the canal, how many people died digging this canal or creating it, making it, whatever. Very interesting story in world history. 1969, the Stonewall riots begin in New York City, marking the start of the gay rights movement. 1978, the United States Supreme Court, in Regents of the University of California versus Bach, bars quota systems in college admissions. 1997, Holyfield Tyson 2. Mike Tyson is disqualified in the third round for biting a piece of Evander Holyfield's ear off. Yes, if you've never seen this, you've never heard about it, so it's a boxing match, and really it's not a historic thing, but it kind of is. Mike Tyson had done time in jail, and he was reviving his career at the time, and he was getting up to the top of his game again. Well, obviously they had fought once before, since this was Tyson Holyfield 2, and things weren't really going Tyson's way. I wouldn't say he was getting beat bad, but he just wasn't able to knock Evander Holyfield out. In the third round, Tyson bit Evander Holyfield's ear once. He got 2 points deducted. He was warned by the referee, both of them were, to keep it together. And soon after, he spit his mouthpiece out during a clinch and took a chunk of Evander Holyfield's ear off. Tyson later stated that his actions were retaliation for Holyfield repeatedly headbutting him without any penalties. The Tyson Holyfield 2 fight was the first heavyweight title fight in over 50 years to end in a disqualification. In the days following the fight, $3 million of Tyson's $30 million purse was held back. That's all they could hold back. I'm sure they wanted to hold the whole thing, but they have limits and they can only hold up to $3 million. They also took away Mike Tyson's boxing license. Following that, he apologized to Evander Holyfield and, basically begged them not to take his boxing license or give him a long ban. He was desperate to keep his boxing license. Normally when one state bans you, all the other states will honor that ban, so he wouldn't have been able to fight in the United States. The revocation of his license was not permanent, as the commission voted 4-1 to restore Tyson's boxing license in October of 1998. During his time away, though, he went into WrestleMania. He got back to boxing in 1999 and still boxed for a few years, and just recently did an exhibition thing at like age 55 or 56, whatever he is now. Movies released on June 28th, 2002, Mr. Deeds. This was a really good Adam Sandler movie. Longfellow Deeds, that's his name. He just goes by Deeds, and he corrects people if they find out his name's Longfellow. He's all, hey, easy with that Longfellow stuff. He's a small town guy who loves his simple life until one day a rich relative leaves him $40 billion. And a large media company. Mr. Deeds starts running the business his way. It is a really cute movie. It's really funny. If you ever get a chance, if you've never seen it, watch it. It has, obviously, Adam Sandler, Winona Ryder, Rob Schneider, Steve Buscemi's in there, Peter Gallagher, Al Sharpton's in there, John Turturro, Blake Clark, who's hysterical, and Alan Covert. Born on June 28th, 1989, Markiplier. Now, a lot of people say that I have a really good voice for this type of thing, and it's actually how I make my living. This guy, Markiplier, in my opinion, has the best voice on YouTube. Easily. Blows me out of the water. I'm minor league compared to him. But he is a YouTube star whose real name is Mark Fischbach, and he gained fame for his Markiplier channel, uploading videos of him and his friends playing and commenting on video games. So, video games aren't your thing, probably. I'm gonna leave a link. Just go over and listen to this man's voice. He doesn't do just video games now. He used to. That was it when he was a kid, but he's gotten older. He's been on the platform like, I don't know, 12 years. So his channel has evolved. These days he does vlogs and commentary videos. When he originally started out, he wanted to be a voice actor. Died on June 28, 2015, Chris Squire, bassist and background singer who co-founded the 1970s rock group Yes. The group is known for Owner of a Lonely Heart, among other songs. I didn't like Owner of a Lonely Heart. That song was just played way too much, and it makes me nauseous when I hear it. Most people know them, though, from the song I've Seen All Good People, which in my opinion is a pretty good song. On May 19, 2015, Yes announced that Squire had been diagnosed with leukemia and would take a break from performing while he received treatment. In the early morning hours of June 28, 2015, Squire died from his illness at age 67 while receiving treatment in his adopted home of Phoenix, Arizona. Yes' official Facebook page confirmed the news the next day. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Now go out, have a great day, and be nice to each other.